Hello and welcome, my fellow friends. I'm making this video via the YouTube app because I'm having issues with this phone. I'm unable to transfer the files over to my computer in order to edit it and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, and it's just going to be a completely raw video to just put up onto this channel. Again, I apologise that this review or thoughts on this on episode 4 of My Bronies Friendship Magic season 8 is a little bit late because literally this weekend is obviously episode 5, the official airing of episode 5, and also the next episode of Equestria Girls. So yeah, I apologise for the wait. But anyway, so let's get into this, and a quick spoiler warning before I get too far as well, because I don't want to spoil anything if you've not seen this episode yet. So, episode 4 of season 8 of Fim is an interesting episode, to say the least. It's an episode that I never thought I would see the day. I never thought I would see an episode of this happening, especially surrounding Fluttershy. Now, Fluttershy is obviously, if you will all be well aware, she's an incredibly shy and quite an introverted character. She doesn't have much confidence, and she doesn't have the sociability factor like the rest of her friends do have. And I mean, I love Fluttershy. I mean, you can't not like Fluttershy. She's a brilliant character. She's a lovely character, and just a sweet, caring, innocent character. And characters like that I really do like, because you do get that in reality. You get people that are very very shy and not not as confident as other people. And so this episode, I've never thought I would see happen, because in this episode was obviously a full-on Fluttershy episode, and it was entitled "Fake It Like You Make It." Oh no, "Fake It Till You Make It." Sorry. So I never thought I would see this happen. So basically, what happens in a nutshell? Rarity is having to having to go to a fashion show where she's unveiling a new frock, a new dress, whatever. And basically she asks all of her friends individually if they can, if one of them could just keep an eye on the store in Manhattan, the newer big grand one that she opened not too long ago. So she just wants one of her friends or a couple of her friends to just help her out and just look over the store while she's away, where Rarity is away. So all of her friends are apparently busy doing other things. So with that happening, she with all the other characters kind of saying, "No, sorry, I'm busy and doing this, doing that." Poor Fluttershy is the only one out of the whole friends to say yes, and obviously that is the way the episode goes. But Fluttershy is pretty much dragged against her will, completely panicking because she has no idea what she has to do, and she has no idea of fashion as well. Because Rarity is the main fashion pony in the series, and she is like a style fashion icon in Ponyville, and she's becoming quite an established fashion stylist or whatever in Manhattan as well. So she's making a real good name for herself. But so Fluttershy manages to go and help her out. She stays at the store while Rarity goes on her travels to this fashion show and to finish things off. So we are then reintroduced, when she's back there, she's reintroduced to the raccoons. Yes, there's a family of raccoons. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. I call them a family of raccoons because I think that's what they're supposed to be. And so basically her raccoon friends help Fluttershy through a lot of the more challenging things that she faces, such as how to kind of get a sale, how to talk to individual customers coming through the door. And these customers are incredibly difficult for anyone. Anyone that doesn't understand fashion would not be able to deal with these customers because, quite frankly, they were very demanding. They would say oh, I want something like this. I want something fresh. I want something new. I want something old. I want something bold. So on and so forth, that kind of thing. And Fluttershy just did not understand how to kind of counter that and how to talk about that. So she had a goth. There was like a goth pony in there. There was a posh pony, a very eccentric girly girl kind of character. And then, yeah, there's about 4 or 5 different characters, different personalities. And what happened is, Fluttershy, with the help of the raccoons, she ended up kind of adapting these personas, these separate personas. So she's speaking to these individual ponies as they are. So kind of like she goes goth, she goes posh, she goes girly girl, she goes this, that, and the other. And it's really, it was a really interesting episode. I could not believe what I was watching because I never thought I'd see Fluttershy putting on these other personas. I know there was an episode where Fluttershy, her voice went real deep. There's an episode where I think Fluttershy's voice was swapped with something else, and she went real deep. And then obviously there was an episode where she became vampire Fluttershy. She became, whatever you want to call her. So there is a few episodes where things have kind of drastically happened with her character. But yeah, I mean, this is very cool because this is kind of like this was an episode that was very character build, a full-on character building episode. It was an episode where you see her kind of overcoming a very big fear. She was very uncomfortable, and she kind of overcome that with kind of creating in her head these other personalities and other characters in order to talk to to talk and help these customers. So basically, just to wrap things up, she basically this is a big problem. And I think, if I remember rightly, how did it work? I think the raccoons. I think the raccoons ended up leaving her, and they went back to Ponyville to find Twilight and the rest of her friends, and they then go back to try. And Rarity also drops everything. Sorry, it's Rarity. Sorry, Rarity goes back, and then she's told what happened. No, what was happening? No, sorry, I do apologise. I'm trying to remember what happened. Rarity was going to go back, but then she ended up continuing to go on her travels because, whatever. But yeah, so basically the rest of her friends then end up they find out what Fluttershy's been doing. She then goes back. They all go to the store in Manhattan, and they have to try and entice her and try to find out what the heck's going on. At one point, what I found absolutely hilarious, and I laughed my ass off, she actually chucked her friends out the store. Which was funny, but then she kind of said that she was acting. She wasn't truly being an awful pony, because she became really rude. She became very obnoxious. She became very posh and this and the other. She just really she really took on these characters a bit too seriously. I think Andrea Libman, who does the voice of Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie, I think she did a fantastic job in this episode to kind of come away from the norm of how Fluttershy speaks to then completely kind of like put on these other personalities at the same time. My hat goes off to her. She's an incredibly talented actress indeed for doing that episode. It was just brilliant. I thought it was hilarious. I really did, but I never thought hilarious and shocking, should I say, because I never thought I would see an episode where Fluttershy completely she becomes separate characters to what she truly is. And then it causes her friends to then panic about her and then go and try and help her. And then I never actually thought I would see an episode like that where she's very, a very, I don't know, I don't know how much more I can really talk about this episode, to be honest. It's a very simple episode, but anyway, so yeah, just to end on an overall, because I want to get this out the way. But anyway, so just to end on an overall opinion, it was a interesting episode to see. It was a good character building episode to finally kind of see what Fluttershy is capable of if she was left on her own at any given time. She really becomes a very independent, and she ends up, even though she kind of upsets a few ponies in this episode, she kind of becomes something that she's not, and she kind of brings forth to us all that she is capable of much more than she's done in the past. She's capable of a lot of stuff. She's capable of pushing herself. Uh, she's capable of communicating with other ponies, and she's also very, very clever in order to kind of put on these other personas as well. So she's really kind of giving it to us, got to us all to really think that there's a lot more to Fluttershy's character than the whole very shy character that she obviously naturally is. But yeah, so that is my overall thoughts is I did enjoy it. I thought it was a good episode. I've enjoyed all the episodes so far. I've yet to watch episode 5, so once I've watched episode 5, I will be talking about that one as well in very soon. So thank you very much for this, for watching, guys. I do apologise for this very raw, unedited video. Videos should hopefully go back to normal as soon as I get my camera sorted out on my phone and I can start editing again and make them a bit more professional and everything. So, anyway, so thank you ever so much, and stay awesome, and I'll be back very soon with more videos. So thanks again. Peace. Bye for now. Bro.